Jason Green, farm is Pleasant View Farms. I am a first generation farmer, that is correct. Started back in 2005, started with 3 cows and growing the operation to, we now have 54 cows and 2 bulls. It's a beef operation. Everything's born and bred on the farm and all sold for freezer breed. I started on my own, so I didn't have anybody to teach me, so we learn every month something new, but we just try to improve year to year from our operations to make it more profitable and easier to run. And you know, this is a large farm in my mind, but this is a hobby farm. I mean, this is not my full-time employment. So I still have to work my 40, 50 hours a week to do what I love, which is the farming. So having the boy here to now help me gives me more time if I can't get away from the office. And I'm not worried about what's happening here. So being able to have him get in the hay fields earlier and taking a lot of pressure off of me, making sure that the cows are taken care of, and when they get out, somebody's got to be here to get them back in. There's no downtime. Your downtime is at dark when you're in bed. So it's a 7-day-a-week job between the two. So we work all day at the office, and usually on the farm working till usually 8 o'clock at the minimum. Even in the wintertime, summer can get longer making hay. But every Saturday and Sunday, same thing. So there's very little downtime. I do. I sell beef to, we supply beef for one restaurant in town, and which is that's exciting. Having not your name in the menu, but the fact that it's, it says Union County raised beef, and that's kind of cool. I've changed things around here in the 19 years 4 or 5 times. To try to find a better way, and I try to make it work. If I try something new, I try it soft. So if we want to feed it in a new area, we don't go out and make the whole area up and finish it off and then decide that what we did is not going to work. So we kind of do it real easy and inexpensively, and then if we decide that it's going to work, then we put the money into it and finish it up so it's a permanent operation at that area. On ours, we primarily feed wet hay, and that was something I had to change about 4 or 5 years ago, just due to my work and having the day job, that I couldn't be here when the hay needed made. So I had to switch my entire operation to do wet hay, because then it didn't matter what the weather was. I've rolled wet bales in rainstorms, and I've done it in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. So that gave me the freedom to keep the farm going as I worked my day job as well. So that was probably my biggest switch on my entire operation. Bane's been great. If they don't have something that I need, they're calling around to other dealerships, trying to find, because they've got multiple dealerships, trying to find the parts. They're not just saying, well, we don't have it, so it'll be in 2 weeks, from the factory. They'll call around. We've taken parts off of equipment before, if need be, for something desperate. It's a rare occurrence, but they got equipment sitting there, so if we could steal something, and it's allowed, then that's an advantage as well. But they're not just trying to make the sale and then go on to the next customer. They want to make sure that the sale is done and that the product's delivered and that it's working. So they'll go out of their way to help ensure that we have what we need to keep our operation running. I think they understand if our operation doesn't run, then they're not helping us. So they're kind of our right hand when it comes to keeping the farm going. Yeah, so the Productivity Plus that we've signed up for, I was able to link it to my farm account at Bane-Welker. So it takes the hassle away from me of, every week we go in there and we buy a nut, we buy a bolt, we buy a washer. We may have equipment repairs of thousands of dollars, but I don't have to I don't get all these little invoices and I got to sit down and put them all together and write a check. The invoices get sent to me, shows paid, they run them through my account, and they're all paid for. Then at the end of the month, I get one bill from Productivity Plus, and then I just have to pay that one bill. It also spreads out my payments. So if I do the work have the work done in June, I get the bill June 30th, my bill's due July 30th. So it actually allows me, if I need to spread out my payments, if things are tighter, what have you. So it's a huge advantage to the operation. Well, anytime you can spread out your cash that goes out, it's much simpler. And also paying bills at one time is another advantage, rather than having to pay out every week and just keep divvying money out. If you can do that one time, it's always more convenient from the time aspect and from the cash flow aspect.